Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another round of 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. My name's Dave. I've got gray hair, a gray beard, and yes, I wear glasses, just about like the guy in the picture of the artwork. He is pretty cool. I think he's better looking than me, by the way, but that's the way that works. Sorry for the voice today, folks. I seem to be, I don't know if I'm coming down with or just getting over this weirdness going around. Voice is really raspy, and I don't know, kind of got a little bit of a sore throat, and I'm stuffed up a little bit today. So sorry for the voice, but hey, I wanted to get to thanking you all for being here. Because of you, I continue on. I like that. Um, what are we going to talk about today? Well, I'll tell you what I was thinking, and it's it's really kind of fun in a sense, but the evolution of work since um, since I was young and what it's more like now from what I see. So back when I was younger, I told you that I started working for my dad at the lumberyard once during the summer, and I also did help him with some inventory time. But then I went and worked for a drugstore delivering uh, prescription drugs to people who couldn't get out, and then stocking and stuff like that. And after high school, or during high school, I also worked for Sears and Roebuck's. We just call it Sears, and that was on the co-op program. The co-op program basically meant that you were able to go to school part of the day and then go to work part of the day, which was really a great way to get educated and be out there working and get some money coming in. Now, I worked for Sears and I enjoyed it. It was okay. I think I worked there for the first half of the year, and then after Christmas, they lay off because they don't need as many people, and I was one of the ones that was let go. And a lot of my friends, who I grew up with, as well as became really close friends in high school, which I was going to talk about. Hopefully, I remember to talk about that tomorrow. How friends change from high school. But yeah, they went and they did co-op also, which was really kind of cool. And the fun thing was that I did this as a senior, and I don't remember if I did it as a junior. I don't know that it was available as a junior, but as a senior, if you had enough credits to where you only needed to work to be at the school 3 hours a day, which I got lucky enough to get, you also got credit for working. Um, I was able to do it. Most of my friends were too, and that were interested in that, and that worked out really well. Even when after I left Sears and I went over to the pharmacy, was still a part time job that I could still do co op with, and they taught you how to get a job. Because there was a class you had to take. It was called co op. So they taught you how to do a resume, how to interview, how to approach an employer, just to say, hey, I'd like to fill out an application, or are you hiring? I got the job, I believe, again because of my parents. My parents knew Mr. McKenzie, and because they'd been going there for years and years and years, and it's the friendships you make and the people that sometimes help your kids. So after that, I went and worked at the paper mill. After I left there, I graduated high school. I got a job at the paper mill where my sister-in-law worked. Again, it's sometimes it's who you know. And I worked in a paper mill, and I worked something called swing shift. Swing shift means work one day, 1 week of days, and then you'll go to midnight shifts, which means you come in around 11, you get out around 6 or 7 in the morning, and then the following week you work afternoons, which like 2:30 to 11, right? And then the next week you work days, 6:30 to 3, and then the next week you work nights. And I did that for 10 years. And that is rough, not only on your body and your sleep, but it's rough on your marriage. The place I worked, there were two paper mills in town, and the two paper mills had the highest divorce rate in the county for any business because it's rough on the body but nobody wants to work just nights. Nobody wants to work just afternoons. And it's hard physical work. It really is. I mean, there's days I didn't do hardly anything. But there are days that I literally worked my tail off for 10, 12 hours. Sometimes 16, turn right around and be back in 8 hours. No fun at all. No fun at all. But it was a good job. It paid well. It did. It paid well. And then I went to college. I was one of those ones I waited to go to college. So those people out there, in fact, if your kids may have been one of them, if you've got kids, they want to take that year off to go find themselves or decide what it is they want, or decide if they want to go to college or not, or travel. I think that's a good thing. I worked. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Had no flippin' idea of what I wanted to do or what I wanted to be. I realized it once I started working what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to get there. There was no internet yet. There were newspapers. There were magazines. There was libraries. There was no internet. So if you're a baby boomer, you understand that. If you're not a baby boomer and don't ever remember there not being an internet, you're the lucky ones. I mean, we were lucky too. It was harder to find these things. People had to advertise in newspapers all over the country, these colleges. And I went to college to go get a hospitality degree. That's what they call it now. It was airline training for me, airline and hotel training. But that job changed too. I mean, so I was more in the public eye. And then you get to other jobs that I've had where I'm the owner, and maybe I'm working from home more often, or I'm doing a lot of my work from home and taking it to wherever I got to go. One of the last positions I had here with the company I work for now was scheduling. I was scheduling cast members, and it was a day shift. Basically, it was 8:30 to 5 every day. I worked Tuesday through Saturday. I had Sunday, Monday off. And on Saturdays, it was a work from home day. So I take my laptop from work and one of the monitors that they gave me to work with, and I'd work from home. Now, remote working has never been big, even before COVID, but it got real big during COVID. Remote work was getting very, very big. And I know a lot of people, they didn't want to come back, but it's changed. I mean, think about it now. You go to work every day, every day, every day. You're working 5, 6 days a week. And then COVID hits. Now, COVID changed the world. We all know that. Changed the world. The world shut down because of the flu. Well, it was more than the flu, let's be honest. But, so companies had to adapt. Now, there's certain jobs you can't do from home, like guest interaction in person, like if you're on a ride, or if you're a bus driver or a ticket taker, or a cook, a restaurant server, any of those types of things, and et cetera, et cetera. There's no working from home. You went to work every day and wore a mask. These are the things that changed. Now, granted, I'm not in that department where I'm working from home one day a week anymore. I'm back to the other department I left to go do that temporary assignment, and I enjoy every minute of it. I enjoyed every minute of the other one. I enjoy this. I enjoyed the other one more. I had a little more flexibility, a little more responsibility, which is what I like. So that's the changing work environment for me. And I thought when I went, and in fact, during my interview for that position, I asked the question, how do you manage working from home one day a week to where you're not distracted all the time, or just, you're home. Everything that you own is there and you can go do. And the odd thing is, the first week was a little weird for me because I was still new at it, and I had somebody on the uh, on the internet with me, helping me do my job, still training and everything. And then the following week, I was on my own, and I found that as time went on, I got more done when I was at home than I did when I was at work because there weren't distractions. I was in a large office with a bunch of people. We all had little cubicles, but they weren't full cubicles, so you could talk to people, and there was people coming in and going out and chit chat going on here and there, or people asking questions, phones ringing, meetings, all that kind of stuff. Well, when you're working from home, you don't have all that kind of stuff. So, or as much of it. I mean, it might be Zoom meetings, but it's not as much. So, anyways, that's the evolution of work as far as I'm concerned, folks. Now, I'm sorry about today. I'm not going to get to because I feel I must. I'm going to let that sit today because I'm a little bit long. I lost track of time. So look forward to it tomorrow. I may start with it tomorrow. Hey, maybe that's a new way to go. Start with it and then go into something else. We'll see. So anyways, folks, thanks for listening. Again, my name's Dave. I have gray hair. I'm Gray Hair Dave. Please, if you want to leave me a message, go to my website, the number 5 minutes with grayhairdave.com. Little microphone in the bottom right-hand corner. Leave me a message, and I'll get back with you as soon as I get it. You all have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.